但愿人长久，千里共婵娟。
Nearly 1,000 years ago, a Chinese poet looked at the moon and thought about the people he loved. The line you just heard means, though separated by 1,000 miles, we still share the same moon. In Chinese, that act of looking has a special character, wàng. A poet looked at the moon, thinking about the people he loved. Looking become lonely, and lonely become hope. Today, wàng usually means hope, but thousands of years ago, its meanings was such simple to look. So how did a simple act of looking become hope? The answer is hidden inside the character itself. As you can see, this character has three parts. The first and second part are on the top, and the third part is at the bottom. Now, let's look at them one by one. This is wàng. Today it is often associated with death or disappearance. But in ancient times, it described something that had gone out of sight, something far away, something beyond your reach. That idea fits perfectly with looking into the distance. Of course, this may not be exactly how ancient Chinese people understood the character. This is Yue, which means moon. Let's see how this character evolved. In Oracle-born script, it looked like this. As a graphic designer, this is one of my favorite Chinese characters. With just two simple curved lines, it captured the shape of a crescent moon. I think little mark might represent the mountain on the moon. Or it could simply be marked pointing to the object itself, the moon. This is the next stage in evolution of character Yue. This character were often cast on bronze vessels, so this style is called bronze inscription, 金文. Later, another writing style appeared, and it looked like this. As you can see, no matter how the character changed over time, it followed the same basic design logic. Then, this character style appeared. I think the character became more square because it had to follow the writing system. As Chinese writing developed, characters become more standardized. Characters needed to fit into a square shape. So the moon gradually became a little bit like Minecraft. Now, what about the bottom part? Today, the bottom part looks exactly like character wàng, meaning king or emperor. Easy to remember, right? 3 horizontal strokes and 1 vertical stroke. The interesting thing is that when many Chinese kids draw a tiger, they often write this character on the tiger's forehead. When Chinese people see the character wàng on a tiger's forehead, we immediately know this is a tiger. Now, let's look at the correct stroke order. 横, 横, 竖, 横. When we place wàng and yue above wàng, we get the character wàng. It can be understood as looking towards something distant, often associated with the moon. The meaning of the character developed over time. It began with the idea of looking into the distance. Then it came to mean anticipating something, and eventually it also came to mean hope. Today, when Chinese people want to express the idea of hope, we often use the words such as 希望 or 盼望. Generally speaking, 希望 means hope, while 盼望 carries a stronger sense of expectation, waiting and hoping for something to happen. By itself, the character 望 usually means to look or to look into the distance. So, in everyday conversation, Chinese people would normally say 盼望 rather than simple 望 when we want to express hope. However, there is one famous exception. In the phrase 信望爱, faith, hope, and love, the character 望 is understood as hope. Not simply looking into the distance, but a hope that reaches beyond what we can see. Let's read again. 望 盼望 望. Alright, that's all for today. Hope we can continue this journey together, exploring Chinese characters and the richness of God's wisdom. Bless you and your family. See you next time.